Well, you know what time it is. It is time for another news video, as it is the start of a new day, and we are ready to break into the news cycle for Wednesday, March 15th. We start with WrestleMania news, as following WrestleMania 39, LA Knight, is set to be given a big push after WrestleMania because WWE has taken notice of LA Knight's recent success as far as crowd reaction, his work in general, and the fact that everything that he did in the Bray Wyatt feud and how he handled himself in the Bray Wyatt feud, because I guess maybe people took notice of how, I don't want to say bad that feud was, but how questionable it was, and maybe how one-sided the feud was meant to be, and that LA Knight maybe made the best of a bad situation in that feud. So, because of how he handled that feud, WWE officials took notice, and now LA Knight might be in line for a big push following WrestleMania, which would be absolutely amazing, because I think all of us would love to see LA Knight in a prominent position in WWE, because he more than deserves it. And that's just not my opinion. I'm sure there are plenty of other people that feel that way, and not just about LA Knight, but also about his feud with Bray Wyatt, that, WWE officials are said to be very happy with how he handled his feud with Bray, and basically just made the best of everything that he was given in that feud. Even though it was, I guess, a little questionable about how to make the best of that feud, I guess is the best way to put it. But, props to LA Knight. Props to LA. He did make the best of a bad situation, because not everybody is capable of making a spooky feud work. But, look at Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley. But LA Knight, he made people look forward to the match at Royal Rumble, which I think is something that also WWE was happy about, because of the fact that it was a sponsored match, and because people were excited about the sponsored match, it made WWE look good with their sponsor, that being Mountain Dew. Now, at what was it called? NXT. Oh, Roadblock. At NXT Roadblock, it was NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez stepping in the ring against wrestling legend Miko Satomura. And Miko Satomura and Roxanne Perez tore the house down for the NXT Women's Championship. And Roxanne Perez put everything she had in the match against Miko Satomura. But after the match, Roxanne Perez showed the effects of the match and ended up passing out following the match and collapsing. She was then taken away from the arena on a stretcher and in an ambulance, and since then has not been seen on NXT programming. Last night, it was reported by Shawn Michaels on NXT that Roxanne Perez had left the hospital, but after tests, she is not medically cleared, and with NXT Stand and Deliver in the front, front and center, Shawn Michaels is making the decision, as he put it, he has the obligation to vacate the NXT Women's Championship from Roxanne Perez and crown a new champion at NXT Stand and Deliver in 3 weeks. Because of the circumstances of the event, Shawn Michaels made the decision to, basically force his hand. He forced his hand and chose to crown a new NXT Women's Champion And that is why he set up a ladder match for to crown the new NXT Women's Champion and NXT Stand and Deliver, which right now, Gigi Dolan, who defeated Kiana James, and Zoe Stark, who defeated Sal Ruka last night on NXT, are two of the three in the triple threat ladder match for the NXT Women's Championship at WrestleMania. There is a possibility, I would say, that Roxanne Perez could be the other match. Could be the other person in the match, but I kind of believe, part of me does believe that it is also possible that Roxanne Perez could appear after the triple threat match, either on NXT the following Tuesday or following the NXT match, and just they continue that story of her not being medically cleared yet, but the fact that she is there, because I don't know that she wasn't injured, but it seems like it's a little perplexing that they went with the story they went with, but she's not injured. You know what I mean? Why build up that much anticipation or that much, that many questions if she is not actually injured? That's the part that I don't understand. So I guess we'll have to see how this plays out at NXT Stand and Deliver in a couple of weeks. But with that being said, we have other news to get to tonight. And also, I would have to say, again, if you're looking forward to WrestleMania weekend, we have a quite jam-packed week that week with Impact Wrestling, a preview for Impact Wrestling's joint show with New Japan on March 30th. And then on March 31st, it is Supercard of Honor with Ring of Honor on that Friday. And then WrestleMania Night 1 on April 1st and WrestleMania Night 2 on April 2nd. So not only that, but Ring of Honor's pay-per-view on Friday, March 31st, will give us a preview. Rampage, that Friday, will still happen, and we will still have the normal preview for Rampage, so it will be an action-packed 4 days as WrestleMania weekend is coming up upon us very, very soon. But with that being said, I have more updates on Stand and Deliver, a new signing with Impact Wrestling, and an update for AEW's house shows taking place this weekend on March 19th. All that and more in the next news video. See you then.